Okay, mom.
What's up?
What's up, everyone?
यार बड़ी देर के बाद मुलाकात हो रही है.
देर के बाद इतनी देर होगी.
Ramadan Mubarak to everyone.
Ramadan.
That's my for you. And what's the other sound? What's the other sound?
Oh my God, what was it? It was so fun.
There's one more sound. And y'all.
Everyone's for you page.
It's gonna be stuck in my head all day now.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Yo, also the golden balance. You're out here popping up all over my for you.
Stop, man. We're keeping Rosa. We're dying watching your videos.
Okay, but also this is pre-recorded, so
Yeah.
maybe it's like the last week. If it's the last 10 days, y'all, let's go. Let's get your namaz in.
Yeah. Facts.
Get your prayers in. Get your rose in. Happy Ramadan. I hope it went well for everyone.
Yes. And for those of you not doing Ramadan, feel free to join us.
But also, for those of you who are new moms, you can know that you'll find barakah in all your motherhood journey. So don't lose hope. I know it's hard. Yo, this is the first time in like 6 years that I actually feel like I am completely, fully fasting.
Good on you.
Yeah. Like where I'm not taking breaks or where I'm finding that my body can't handle it. Like I went through a huge change after pregnancies and I really felt like I couldn't handle the rosa.
It's because of kids.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
It is. Right. And then I had back-to-back pregnancies. So either I was pregnant or I was breastfeeding.
Yeah.
That was my last 6 years, guys.
No, I think when you go through that motherhood phase, it becomes harder.
Yeah.
Because you know when you don't have kids, you don't have to get up to make 12 snacks. Okay? You can lay on your sofa like a log for 6 hours.
You can nap when you want to if the days are getting so long. You don't have to worry about anything but your own rosa.
Facts. And now?
When you're a mom, you got to worry about, you still have to do your daily routines.
Okay, but can we talk about the nostalgia and like the sadness you sometimes feel knowing that you're just not at your mom's? You don't get to wake up. It's everything. If God is not ready for you, okay? Sadie's just not ready for you. You got to make it yourself.
Okay.
Oh.
Also, you know when you get married and that first Ramzan that you have,
Oh my God.
you feel so sad.
Lonely.
So lonely. It's actually really sad and heartbreaking. And I feel like nobody ever talked about it until I experienced it.
It's so like.
And I was like, how come I'm feeling sadness this month?
I know.
Usually before this, it would be so like, okay, you'd come down with your siblings.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's laughing at one another.
Or
you're having
you're
2 a.m.
angry.
laughing.
Or you're angry.
Yeah.
Because you want to be awake.
No, if you have multiple siblings, one is angry.
Yeah.
One is laughing. One didn't go to sleep. And the other one is like, hurry up and eat. You got 1 minute left. You got 1 minute left. She's like the on the clock. Like, let's go. But then you wake up the next, like after you're married and all of a sudden it's like, I have to do it.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
You know what? I'd be like, I guess I'll just pour some cereal.
Yeah, because you're so used to your mom waking up making those parathe, like, and then your mom's like, Aruj, kya khana hai? Kaun sa paratha khana hai? And you're like, aaj main mooni ka paratha khaungi, kal main aloo ka. And now it's like, paratha what? We're gonna go to the store and get those crispy parathas.
Yo, seriously.
Paratha.
Also, you're only having that for iftar. Who's gonna eat that for Sadi?
It is the worst feeling.
Guys, this is a true sadness that women actually feel. And I feel like probably men feel it too.
Yeah.
That, you know, you want to create your own customs and you want to have this like fun day, but it's not the same when you have to do the work by yourself.
That's so true. I also feel like it's the same for so many other South Asians too. I mean, not everyone's celebrating Ramadan, but like there are so many customs that you have to kind of lean into when you were moving out of your house.
Yes.
And then you're sitting there like, I used to do it like this with my siblings.
I know, seriously.
Like this with my siblings.
Like before iftar, our siblings, we would just be lying on the couch. Feet kicked up.
Everyone.
Okay? And then it's like, oh, mama, like when there's 1 minute left, then you roll into the kitchen, the whole table's set up. Ruh afza bana hua hai. Fruit chaat is ready. Dahi bhalle are done.
Samosa, pakode.
Freshly fried from the kadai. Like you're just sitting there like, yo,
Like I'm
bless.
a king. I'm gonna eat. That's it.
Now I can't even cut my own fruit.
Now we have to be the moms. We have to make those memories. And honestly, I don't know if we have the manpower for it.
Like I literally sometimes I'm like, do I have the willpower to wash these raspberries right now? And then I won't.
Eat them from the box.
Just eat them like that with the bugs. 'Cause I can't even wash them.
That's the story of every mom's life. Okay, that's the story of every mom's life.
Like, do I even like? I don't know. It's this real inner battle, and I'm still feeling it.
I feel it too.
I feel it every year. I still
Yeah.
feel this like sometimes I feel this want to just run and have iftar at my mom's house.
Yeah, because it's just like comfort.
Yes.
Feeling of safety and
Yes.
just you know that they're gonna do so much for you. And I mean, for those of you guys that don't have parents or your parents are not here, we feel for you. Feel for you.
We hope the
rough times.
Ramadan's like a good month though.
Yeah,
Inshallah.
100%.
Also, did you get your Eid outfits? यार मुझे बड़ी टेंशन हो रही
No,
है.
we're gonna talk about this right now. We're gonna talk about this, okay? From a fellow supporter of Pakistani fashion. Okay, we've had these discussions. We've had these discussions.
Multiple times.
We've had these discussions. All right. So these designers, right? We love your clothes too. We love your clothes, okay? These designers, they're launching their Eid collection like the first week of Ramadan,
Yep.
okay? And then it's going to take you a month to get the outfit ready, okay? Please, haath jod ke keh rahe hain, please have our outfit ready on time, okay? Please have it shipped on time.
Please.
Don't forget the sleeves, okay?
Or the dupatta.
Or the dupatta. Include the shalwar. We're not going to be nungis, okay? This thing they do where it's like, oh, you know, you message them because some of them don't have a website, right? First of all, get on the website. Get on the
I don't
website.
want to be WhatsApping random
Nobody-
Pakistanis.
Thank you. I'm like, is this legit?
मुझे क्या पता ये किसका नंबर है?
Some
Who's
guy
this
saying-
awesome? मैंने नहीं मैसेज करना
Guy
इसको.
sitting in a basement with like,
Yeah.
you don't
Baji
know.
G, hello. I'm like, I'm so sketch,
so
man.
sketch. I was gonna say the same thing. Okay,
So
So
sus.
you're sitting there. Okay, you're going on these websites, right? And then it's like, how much is the outfit? Okay, kameez, $700. Dupatta, another $200. Shalwar, another $300. And you're sitting there like, hold on. Why did we not just add it together? Because nobody's gonna buy the shirt but not buy the pants. Like, ain't nobody want to be a half nungi on Eid Namaz. Let's be real.
Or catch me with just the kameez at these Eid bazaars trying to match a pajama.
I'm gonna be at Jagjit Textile. Okay, I'm gonna be at Fabric Land, bringing
Rolling.
that kameez the day before Eid because y'all are gonna ship it to me the day before Eid and be color matching.
Yeah.
Okay. That I'm not okay with this life. Okay. I want the soft girl life. Make my work easier. Okay. On top of that, sometimes you're buying these outfits and it's like one motive on a raw silk kameez and you're selling it to me for $500. And of course, I'm the idiot that's buying it because the struggle's real. But come on.
Or the ones where it looks so good in the picture and you get it and you're like, this is not how it was supposed to look.
Yeah. Or the size chart is not charting. Like you're telling me that this medium, everything was great when I measured. And then I got it and it's 3 sizes bigger than I am.
Then you'll still catch me at some auntie's house trying to get this fixed the night before.
Catch me at the auntie's house. How about that?
Welcome to the Okay Mom
Welcome to
podcast.
the episode.
Rad. This is what happens when we don't meet for so long. Itni duri na rakho. You know what you can do? Ke duri na rakhe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay? Head on over to patreon.com/OkMomPodcast. Then it's even less duriyan because we see you on Monday.
Hey, duriya.
I was waiting. I was like, are you going to sing it? Are you going to sing it? Let's go. All right. Make sure you're following us all over on our socials, TikTok, Instagram. Make sure you're following us on Instagram because that's where we ask you our question of the week. All right. Before we even get into that, are y'all checking out what we're wearing? I'm going to stand up for this. Look at this.
I'll move my mic over.
Okay, fine. I've got it with you. You guys,
Very
mine
cute.
says coffee and kitab.
If that is
Are you-
not, that's her.
Are you kidding me right now?
It was made for her.
This is literally made for me. Also, it's about time somebody came out with a Desi inspired streetwear that didn't have chai, but it had coffee on it. I appreciate you.
Wait, why are you hating on the chai though?
Because main chai nahi peeti. I need a coffee one. If it said chai, I'd wear it, but I don't drink chai.
Guys, just don't be a hater for either chai or coffee. Just have both.
This
Okay.
is a
There should be
dope
no
sweater, man.
discrimination. And mine is Arabic calligraphy, which I've always found to be beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Okay. And guys, the best part about this is it's embroidered.
Guys, this brand is called Eastern Roots Collective. Check them out for Ramadan, Eid. You already know, local business. This is what I'm talking about. These are the kind of people I want. Also, she's a huge fan of the show. So, hey, what's up? All right. So, we stumbled upon their collection. And when I tell you, I fell in love with it. Okay. Even if it's just a couple, I actually sometimes like clothing brands that just have like 5 or 6 options.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And it's like, take it or leave it because this stuff is too good and you want to take it. Okay. So make sure you check her out. And if you buy any of the coffee ones or the matching calligraphy ones, please tag us.
So I am wearing a size large, but I would say size up a little bit if you want to have that loose effect. It's very, very cute designs. And as Aruj said, there's a great selection that you can pick from. And it's great that she doesn't have 5 million pieces because my overthinking could not handle it. So yeah, make sure you guys check her brand out.
Yes.
Love that our own people are doing such amazing things. And we wish you the best.
Yes. And guys, show her some love on our Instagram and like buy some stuff. Buy some merch, yo.
Okay, so the topic that we are going to be discussing today, we're bringing it back.
We had to. The demand was too high.
Majburi. The topic is share your brother-in-law and sister-in-law stories. Let's go.
The wildest. My brother-in-law confessed he had feelings for me. He's 10 years older than me. His wife is my husband's sister, who actually doesn't like me from day one, but obsessed with my husband, who is her little brother. Now he just sits at family occasions as a saint next to her, coward, because I told him I'm not interested. It's a really weird dynamic. Is this a Pakistani thing or am I missing something?
That is so messy. Yo. Wait, but how did he confess that he had feelings?
I don't know. What did he say? What did he say, Hina? He came to you and he said,
Humko pyar hua. What else was I supposed to say? You know that song? Humko pyar hua. You know that song?
That song's so
Puri
old.
hui dua. You know that song? You do one of those. How do you
10 years older than your brother-in-law.
how do you say this? Like, I'm trying to put myself in. Okay,
Confess.
I'm a guy.
Maybe he slid in her DMs.
Yeah, but imagine sliding in the DMs of your, what was it? He is
He is the girl's
husband's
sister's husband.
Okay, yeah. But imagine,
That's so awkward.
and first of all, are you serious? Like, you know what you're doing. Do you know what you're causing? Do you know the trauma and the chaos you're about to roll out of?
Also, you also know that the sister has been talking smack about her this whole time. So what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Because the sister said she's hated the brother's wife since they got married.
Maybe she hates the brother's wife.
Because she
She
knows.
Guys, I figured it out. I'm telling you, I figured it out.
Sherlock Hina.
Sherlock, okay? She figured it out.
She figured it out.
And I think her thing is just like, maybe she said something about her and then the husband stuck up for the girl. I'm telling you, girls are like this. Girls are like this.
Because then all of a sudden you're like, why aren't you taking my side? You have to take my side
And
regardless.
it's okay if you do it once, but if you continuously do it,
Or what if the husband went to the wife and was like, oh, you know, your sister-in-law, she made this biryani that was really good. Like, maybe you should get the recipe from her.
no, that's an immediate. I don't know if I want to be married to you.
No wonder-
That's how it is in girl mind.
Yo, no wonder how the sister-in-law doesn't like you. I'm sorry. This is why.
But it's not your fault.
It's not your fault at
just
all.
Keep doing you, girl.
You do you.
You do you.
Also, I don't think this is a Pakistani thing. I think this is a weird family thing.
I think it's a weird family thing, but I don't think it's even a desi thing. I think it happens in a lot of cultures.
Yeah.
That would be my thought. Because I guess that can happen. That can happen. It could also be, let's give benefits of the doubt here. Okay. It could also be that before he got married to the girl,
Okay.
that he had expressed feelings for her, not knowing that he was going to marry that girl. You know what I mean? That could be a possibility. There could be a chance.
Nay.
I'm going to say it for what it is.
Nay. Okay.
You know what?
He just उसके जो डेले थे ना वो कहीं और घूम रहे थे. That's all. Okay.
Wait, I'm still going to say there's a chance. There is a chance. She's going to have to clarify and tell us.
Yeah. How did he confess this to you?
My God.
मुझे तो सारी story अभी पता करवाओ.
मेरा तो दिमाग हिल गया. I'm like, what
I'm
is
just
going
thinking
on?
about, like, if some
If you ever are in that situation,
Yeah.
how do you process and move about that situation?
well, she clearly said I told him I'm not interested, and now he just comes to all the functions and
But
he's sitting in the
wouldn't you-
corner quiet.
okay, Would you tell your husband?
I would tell my husband.
I would 100% tell my husband.
But you know what? Depending on the relationship between the husband and his sister.
Yeah.
Because what if you tell the husband and
he
he's like,
tells-
you're making things up? Her husband could never. My sister is
no.
this.
Listen,
Okay.
if he by chance texted you,
Okay.
okay, and he said that to you and you're married, your husband will believe you unless you're a liar, okay? He will believe you because saying
Okay, what if it
something
wasn't
so
a text? What
far-fetched-
if it wasn't a text?
Even then, okay, you have this conversation.
Okay.
You're just like, listen, this is such a whack thing to say, but I just want to say that this just happened to me and I am mind boggled. Okay. I think majority of the husbands would be like, that's crazy. even if they don't believe you, now you've planted a seed in his mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't tell me that your eyes are not going to be peeled the next time you see him. Okay. The problem is that if you tell your husband, he may tell his sister.
And then what?
And then, or he may also be like, let me talk to him. Because you know, guys are like that. Like, you're married to my sister and you're messaging my wife. Bro, let me talk to you real quick. Maybe you shouldn't be married at all. Because guys are like that.
Yeah, they are like that.
They're going to stand up for their sister. You're telling me they're not?
But they should.
They should.
They should. You should be standing up for the wife and the sister.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's really...
That's crazy. Welcome to the episode, y'all.
This was a brother-in-law and sister-in-law debacle.
Seriously.
My sister-in-law wouldn't let me wear my hair down on my walima, even though our halls were segregated. So this is a Muslim girl problem. It is.
Okay, but like if it's a segregated wedding, the sister-in-law shouldn't have a say. You're the bride. You can put your hair down.
You know what though? Some sister-in-laws have that overbearing personality where, like, you know, they've just gotten that role in their family where they get to make the decision.
Yeah.
And
And
then they feel like it's so important for them to enforce their perspective onto you.
Yeah.
Because now you're coming into my family, so I'm gonna tell you how you should be.
Oh, that makes me upset because you're gonna hold that against her. Because that was your wedding.
I know, but then also when you get married, Aruj, you're just like, I just want to be your friend. Of course I'll listen. And then in retrospect, when you look back, you're like, I didn't need to be your friend.
Oh, I shouldn't have listened.
Yeah. I don't like my pictures. Whatever it may be. It's just sad that why is she going to take over an event that is about you and just try to get her opinions and her point of views and what she thinks is right and force it onto you when you don't even have that thought process.
Also, I just don't like the logic. Like if it was a mixed ceremony, and like you wear a hijab, totally makes sense. Like obviously you wouldn't let your hair down. But if it's a segregated wedding for the intention that all the ladies who attend this function can now take their hijabs off, you should also, as the bride, be able to let your hair down.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I'm with you.
Okay, because do you know, I know a lot of people who wear hijab and they say they only have ladies only gatherings so that they can finally like do their hair and, you know, like do all these things that they want to do. And so why are you stopping the bride from letting her hair down?
Yeah, but it's also such a personal decision.
100%.
How dare you? Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah.
I'll be real. Who the do you think you are telling me what I need to do?
Yeah.
If I don't want to do it, you are not my mother. You're really not. You're actually not mother.
Yo,
what do you think you are telling me what to do?
I would have had long extensions that day. All the way down to my feet. It was like Rapunzel.
Way to start the resentments early, eh?
Right? Oh. This is from the sister-in-law's perspective, okay? When I was in high school, my brother-in-law came to visit along with my sister, and I had the idea of interrogating him to see if he was good enough for my sister. We set the scene of a dark room, one chair, and one light flashing in his face. And me and my older sister would get in his face and ask him questions like, so do you love her? What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? While shining the light in his face and trying to be a cop interrogating a criminal. Funny thing was that this was like the third or fourth time I'd met him. And I'm sure he's probably wondering, what kind of balan ladki is this? Why is my sister-in-law yelling at me, do you love her, when I've been married for 6 months?
Oh my God.
This is sister-in-law goals.
Okay, can I tell you something?
It's the cutest thing ever, man.
The cutest thing. And I swear to God, you have to have really fun relationships with your brother-in-laws, man.
Yes.
It's fun. It's fun. I'm telling you. Like, you do not want to have those brother-in-laws that just be like, that's not how we do things here.
The Sardo is
crossing a boundary. And you're sitting there like, all right, well, you just stay in your own lane because nobody wants to come 10 feet near you. Like,
I want to pull pranks. I want to do like fun things.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like the type of sister-in-law that I'll, like, my sister will come down the stairs. She'll be looking fly, okay? And I'll look at my brother and I'll be like, wow, you look really beautiful. Are you going to tell her she's pretty? Do I have to do it for you? Like, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
But you know, like, it just makes things like, it makes a relationship funny.
Yes.
It makes it more easygoing.
Okay, but also remember when we got that period cramp stimulator? Who did you put that on first? You put it on your sister's husband.
Best candidate, yo. Best
And
candidate.
it was the
Biggest
funniest
baby.
video ever.
Biggest baby.
You
yeah.
gotta have that kind of
Yeah,
relationship,
you do.
though, man.
It's just fun. You know the relationship that you have with your brothers, right?
Yes.
And obviously you don't cross the boundary, girls and boys.
Yes.
But like the relationship that you have with your brothers was very relaxing and chill. And like you can have fun and you can crack jokes.
Yeah.
And,
it's not so serious all the time.
it doesn't have to be like, why do you want to be that serious akru person? God, seriously. Nobody likes you.
Sade huए log.
Biggest saru maru.
Yeah, this is that was so cute. I had to share it.
That is actually so cute.
brother-in-law got drunk and tried to shove me and my cousin's face in the toilet on Eid.
Whoa. Brother-in-law. You're breaking a lot of laws there.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
But also like Saadi Ramzan, you were good, and then on the day of Eid,
maybe he wasn't.
ऐसी भड़ास लगानी
He wasn't good on the day. He wasn't Saudi Ramzan good.
ऐसी भड़ास
It's a
लगानी
no
है.
judgment podcast. Okay, but that is some wild behavior. It's one thing where like, why are you shoving people's heads in the toilet?
Yo, that's just,
fix
guys,
up.
This is the different types of pranks. Okay, there's the kind of prank where you do this, and then there's this kind of a prank which is just rude. Okay, inappropriate behavior. Why are you shoving my face in a toilet?
Yeah, like now that's like you're being a little too much. You know, there's funny
over हो रहा है.
पागल over हो रहा है.
पागल over हो रहा है.
Yeah, it's that to me is like, first of all, control yourself, fix up before you come anywhere. Okay, obviously you're being a sloppy Suleiman. Okay, once you can fix that sense of yourself, you will never come and try to shove anyone's head in the toilet.
You should have just driven him to rehab.
For real. What in the
On the day of Eid, be like, Eid Mubarak, this is my gift to you.
Okay. My mother-in-law keeps hinting to me and my mom to find someone for my sister-in-law. I think she's eyeing my younger brother. Right? You know when the mother-in-laws do that?
Yeah, they do.
Where they're like, हाँ इस लड़की के लिए ना ये जो मेरी इसके लिए हमें रिश्ते की जरूरत है.
आप वैसे किसी को जानती हैं?
And in D-Lo, they're like, आप वैसे किसी को जानती हैं? They're looking.
Yeah. Looking at the brother behind the mom. The moms are here like, आप वैसे किसी को जानती हैं?
And you're like, नहीं, किसी को भी नहीं.
आपने वैसे अपने बेटे के लिए देखा है?
What do you say in response to that? Okay.
If somebody said it, I'd be like, no, he's not ready yet. वो भी पढ़ रहा है.
Or what if she knows that you are looking? इसको भी आप consider कर लें. And you're like, I'll consider it.
No, you'd be like, नहीं, हम अपने खानदान में डबल रिश्ता नहीं करते.
Oh, babam. But if it was
Unless they actually like fell in love and they wanted to get married.
that's different.
That's different. But like, you know, sometimes they say like, don't mix the family too much.
Yeah, because you know what? Then there's too many family politics intertwined.
बड़ी problems होती है, okay?
Buddy problem. Buddy problems. Buddy masle. Like, can't.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, as a daughter-in-law, you're like, I already see this red flag in my mill, okay?
Oof.
Am I going to put my brother through this?
But listen, you know it's going to be different for your brother, eh?
Absolutely.
He's going to be treated like gold because that's her daughter getting married. You'll see a side to your mother-in-law that you ain't never seen before.
Oh my God. It's kind of a crazy experiment though.
Maybe try it out. Try it out and let us know. Let us know how is shifted.
I would like to know. So if anyone has, please let us know.
To be a fly on that wall. Whew.
I don't have any issues because all of my sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws are all amazing.
Let's go.
That's amazing.
We need more of these responses.
We need more of these. You know what? A lot of people have great relationships with their sister-in-laws.
Yeah.
And it is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is a beautiful thing. If you can have that relationship, hold on to it for dear life.
Because they can actually be siblings.
Yeah, it takes time, of course, to adjust for them, for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just easier to just navigate things well. And I bet the ones that have an easy relationship know how to communicate. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
And you don't have and expectations that are not being said.
Yeah, and you are also the type of person that when you see your siblings or someone doing something wrong, you can actually correct them instead of thinking my family would never do that. Oh my God. That's, I think, one of the main
That's a big thing, man.
Yeah, because people don't want their family to ever be, oh, but you think this about family, but my family's never like this. They've never done that to me. But it's like, bro, that's your family.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not going to treat you like that. That's your mom is your mom. Okay, your sister is your sister, but a sister-in-law or a brother-in-law is different. Usually
Sister-in-law and brother-in-laws are
totally different.
It's tricky, but if you have a good relationship, it's a great relationship.
Yeah, I think so. Too.
My sister-in-law would show off her English skills to me. Her kids didn't even make it to college, and my kids are getting A's. Karma.
Karma.
Goes around, goes around, goes around.
Comes all the way
Back around.
You know what? I want to hear her English skills too.
Me too. कौन सी अंग्रेजी मार रही है मुझे भी बताओ.
You know how people make fun of our Urdu?
Yeah.
those same people, I want to hear you speak English. That's
Also, don't hate on my Urdu, okay? It's fine.
at least we're trying.
हाँ, अच्छी है.
And then you're like, well, she's not trying hard enough. I think it's just mean when you're making fun of someone's accent,
Yeah.
and then you yourself are in a very different boat when it comes to like what's happened with your children.
Yeah, or like, okay, let's say you got married. Okay, let's say Hina,
Yeah.
you're from Pakistan.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got married to somebody here, and you come here. It's gonna take you time to learn the language.
course,
okay,
of course.
But then let's say that the person that you married, he has a sister, and she's like making fun of your accent
That would
and
make
showing
me
off
so
her own
upset.
English. That's
I feel like it's such a knock to your self-esteem.
and it's such a cruel way to welcome somebody
yeah,
into the family.
yeah, it is. It
Like,
is.
you know that I'm new here. You know that I don't understand the jokes or the language or the banter. Like, you know, Toronto slang. She's not going to get it.
Yeah.
Right?
That is kind of like a way to make someone feel less than, because it almost comes off as, look at me, I'm so westernized, I'm so much better than you. And I find that to be so rude, but it could be flipped as well. Like if we went to Pakistan, yeah, of course, we're going to stick out like sore thumbs. Okay? We are.
We
okay?
absolutely will.
We can't talk there. Mm-mm. Okay, if I did, we can't talk there. They'd be like, "Ye kaun si mai aayi? Aise kahan se aayi hai?" They
Oh,
would-
no, Onisha aa gayi hai.
Oh, Nija's here. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You have to just. You have to be okay with the differences in people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Especially when it comes to something like language.
Yes.
You know.
Whew. I also feel like when girls come here, like there are certain things that they don't understand in front of the, like in terms of the culture, right? Fair enough. I'm not saying that they should know, but for example, like, you know, here we have such a coffee culture.
Yeah.
We have such a like, let's go for coffee, let's go
Yeah.
for chai, whatever. And like maybe in Pakistan, it's more like, oh, we stay at home and we make chai at home and everybody sits and it's like a custom different that's over there, right? Over here, everything is so go, fast paced. Like everybody should be on the run and it's a slower pace in
Yeah,
Pakistan,
I
right?
think it's a slower
But it's like
pace
if
too.
you come over here and then you get married into a family and then the husband's sister is making you feel like, oh, you need to adjust. Why aren't you adjusting? Why don't you just come out for chai? And you're like, I don't really want to go out for chai. I want to make it at home.
Yeah.
Like you got to be able to understand, you know, accepting somebody from that. You have to be able to understand from the in-laws perspective that like, hey, how can I help her navigate this now? Right? Yeah, when you sometimes go out or you take your sister-in-law out for coffee, you don't always have to speak in English. Communicate in Urdu, let her feel welcome, you know, maybe get her to share her stories of school and where she's from and like what she's been doing. You got to let her feel like she's accepted into the family because she left everything to come here.
Yeah. And I also think it's not just about your plans and your ideas.
Yeah.
Do things that she likes too.
Yes.
Right? Like, why are
Maybe
you...
she doesn't want to go to Ridgeway.
I know. Maybe she wants to hang out someplace that makes her feel comfortable.
Yeah. Maybe she's into like shisha lounges.
Yeah.
I know they're pretty big in Pakistan too. Like maybe she's like, let's do that instead. Like I don't want to stand around on a dirty plaza corner.
And that's on facts. I have to say
In
though,
Food Street.
coffee culture is a real thing in Pakistan now, eh?
I think it's
But
becoming one.
I think it's more in like the larger cities than
Yeah.
it is in the smaller areas.
But also
it's so more modernized now, right?
their coffee culture is different. Like they'll go out for coffee and it's a full sit down party, yo.
Yeah.
Us, it's like to go cups.
Yeah.
2 minute mein drive through mein jao and
It's
niklo
also
bachcho
set
yahan
up by,
se.
you know, it's like everybody's going to work. Everyone's waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning. Drop your kids to Montessori.
Yes.
Then you're going to work. And, you know, it's like chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're spending like $20 on a latte now.
Don't get me started.
You know that Jubble House, coffee house?
Oh,
in
that's
Ridgeway?
been all over my For You page.
It's $15 for a drink, man.
And the lineup.
And the lineup. Do I want to stand in this
It's
line and then
overhyped. You know, I don't drink coffee. This is why I don't have to suffer through these things.
yo? But even the chais are expensive.
That's why I would never go there and get chai.
She would make it at home, and this is why the sister-in-law is doing the same thing. Give her grace, please.
Yes. My sister-in-law, although she is my cousin, once said my husband said he will leave me when his mom tells him to.
Oh,
I would pull my husband and I would pull her, and then I would stand in the middle and say, by the way, this is what your sister said. That's what I would say.
yeah, but a khaman ki bhi taange kaam rahi hongi.
Yeah, but
what if he actually said
rightfully
that?
so. No, but like then I should be calling them both out.
Yeah, you should be
Come
calling
on.
them both
Are you
out.
serious?
Kaun pakad ke aise na leke aao dono ko. Be like, both of you do murga right now.
Okay, for those of you guys that don't know what murga is or murgi, right? It's a chicken. Murga is a rooster.
Do you want to show an example?
No. You hold your ears and you crouch all the way down like a full squat. Full squat.
Oh my God.
And you hold your ears and you keep the position. Okay?
Guys, sometimes it feels like you're there for hours. And it might only be a minute. Oh my God. Kya Sazati, yo.
Experience.
Kya Sazati.
Oh God.
My brother-in-law, or my Devar, was born 3 years after I got married.
Damn. Yo, but sorry. I was trying to think of my perspective.
Yo, how old was the mother?
Okay, let's say you married at 19.
Okay.
19. Your in-laws will be no.
Girl, your in-laws?
30.
They're not going to be 30.
They would be at least 40, right?
Way more than 40.
You can't have kids when you're older though, can you? Like that old?
Like, I don't know.
There you go.
This
guys.
was a definite.
you
Yo,
go.
what did they say? Moza tha.
Mojza miracle. That is a true Ramzan miracle.
Guys, I'm actually crying. This was so
She
funny.
is- My sister-in-law asked me what dress I wanted to get for my wedding. I wouldn't normally tell anyone, but I wanted to be friendly and showed her. I ended up getting a different dress, but my sister-in-law bought the dress I had showed her and wore it to my wedding in a different color. She didn't even know that I had picked a different dress.
I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Wow.
That's a wow.
Are we going to go back to remember in the couple episodes ago when I was like getting really heated about this copying thing?
Yeah, man.
And I was getting so, guys, this, come on.
That is out of control because it's like, okay, it's different if it's like a regular outfit. You're basically trying to get the same outfit I'm wearing to the wedding.
As a bride, you're buying my shadi outfit.
You know what that says to me about you? It's that you don't know how to let girls have their moment. Because you always want to be the shining star on the Christmas tree. Okay?
It's center of attention.
That is really absurd.
Well, I hope you looked fly as a bride. And I hope your new outfit was 3 million times better than what you originally picked. You know what? You were glowing that day. Itna noor tha na.
Yes.
Nobody could compare.
I don't think anyone should do that. I think it's really hard when you get married and like people will ask you personal questions. Like you go into a marriage and then a sister-in-law or a brother-in-law will ask you personal questions that you don't normally feel like sharing. Okay. And then you're stuck because you're like, oh no, but I want to be friendly and I want to be friends with them and I want them to like me. And then you're sharing all these things. Sometimes you're oversharing because that's just how we do. And then they do something like that and you're just like, wow, you're such a nasty person for doing that. Why would you do that? Why would you want to steal my thunder?
And this is the same sister-in-law that had you not shared, she would have been like, oh, but like, why didn't you share?
Yeah.
Go back and tell she'll go back and like tell the mom, tell the brother, like, I asked her a question. She doesn't want to be friends with me. Why does she have so much attitude? She's starting problems even before you guys are getting married.
Yeah. This is one of those situations where it's like, you know how I always say like, oh, it's flattering that they want to copy everything that you do and you'll do it first. This is no. This is a no. Because this is your wedding.
Yeah.
She was already married or she's going to get married, whatever the situation might be. She should not be stealing your moment because she's having these selfish thoughts.
I'm not flattered.
I'm not either.
I'm not flattered. Don't buy the same dress that I'm wearing. This is jobless behavior.
What she said.
While we were staying with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they took my clothes, my husband's clothes, also locked us out of the house, broke my phone, and said my kids did it, and then took it away from me. What? They also told me I gained weight after I dropped like 5 kilos. What kind of...
This is just like, you are just a mean person. You're mean.
Like,
There ain't
don't
enough
ever
bone
stay
in your
with them
body.
again.
Yeah, what? Stay away. That's like your telltale sign.
Stay away.
Stay
That's
away.
crazy.
Some of these you read them and you're just like, there's like normal bad things, okay? Then there's bad things that you're like, I don't know how to categorize. It's like atomic level.
The level of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think why every time we read something like this, it blows my mind is I just cannot believe that people behave this way and treat others this way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I maybe that's like the naivety of me.
No,
but
it's not.
I just feel like even if we go back to the wedding dress situation, if we go back to something like this, talking about losing weight, locking me out, breaking my phone, saying I didn't, I've gained weight or whatever, wearing the same dress that I wanted to wear on my walima. To me, it's just, how can you treat somebody that way?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how are you going to expect them to ever look at you in a positive light?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and then they're always going to victim blame.
Yeah. And they do that a lot.
Yeah. Because they're never going to be like, oh, I made you feel this. Sorry, I bought the same dress in a different color.
Yeah.
But I really liked it and I thought I could do that. No, it's never going to be that. It's going to be like, well, you should just accept that this is the way the family is. You're marrying into our family. Yeah. Why are you making a big deal out of it?
Why are you making a big deal out of nothing?
Yeah.
I think that's a really big one where it like diminishes all the things that you're going through and it makes it seem like you're being dramatic when you're really not being dramatic. And I think that's one of the reasons why we even talk about these things, because there's so many people that are like, well, you guys are always telling these crazy stories and all this stuff. But it's like, people are going through this stuff.
Yes.
Can we actually finally find a safe space to talk about it? Can we just bring it up and talk about it? Because it's been hidden for so long, right? No one is coming out and talking about this side of things, right? And then you wonder why women are suffering in marriages, or like there's so many hardships happening that people stay quiet about, right? Let's allow people to say what they gotta say.
Or like women are suffering in silence.
Yeah.
Because they just keep thinking they're making a big deal out of it.
Exactly.
And that's not okay for women to go through that level of mental health.
Yeah.
And they're just suffering and they're being like, okay, I guess I just have to accept it because they're my in-laws.
Exactly.
Nobody should be locking you out of the house, breaking your phone.
Oh my God.
Stealing your clothes, stealing your husband's clothes, blaming your kids and calling you fat.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me this is okay?
Yeah. How is this healthy in any relationship?
It's not.
And then you want to have good relationships, right? You want to have great bonds and great marriages and all this stuff. But then you have things like this happening. Things like this are things that you will never recover from.
No, you won't.
Like there's never any chance. If that had happened to me, that person would be cut from my life forever. You don't get a second chance. Like you would not be entering back because the trust is gone.
Exactly.
Like, I would never trust you after that.
And I would never feel safe around you. I would
Yeah.
never feel like my kids are going to be safe around you. And then, you know what ends up happening in families is you look like the bad guy. Of
course.
Like I broke up the family.
Yeah.
Oh, his wife doesn't want us to meet.
Yeah.
But when we do meet, this is how you're treating me.
Exactly.
It's a terrible situation. My sister-in-law kept an outfit that was gifted to me. It was my size, not hers. I'm a size 8 and she's a 14. It was from one of my aunts.
What are you keeping it for, honestly? Like realistically,
Yaar, वापस दे दो.
this is not to like shame anyone's weight, but like realistically, it's not your outfit and it's not going to fit you. So why are you taking something that's not yours?
And then what? Like, imagine the auntie comes and asks you, oh, Hina, मैंने तुम्हें वो सूट दिया था.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to say?
Oh,
मेरी
I would say, हाँ जी, वो मेरी देवरानी ले गई है. उसने तो मुझे दिखाया ही नहीं है. That's what I
Oh,
would say.
imagine you're Devrani sitting right there.
I would be like, yeah, she took it. Because she did. How do you have the audacity to take something that's mine
Yeah.
and then think that I'm not going to call you out for it? You know, the nice version of us would never do the calling out.
No,
We would be
100%.
like, oh, let me just save her face. She just liked it. If you really liked it that much, have the courtesy to ask me,
Thank you.
hey, I really love this. Would you mind if I took this? Which even that is weird.
Yeah, seriously.
Even that is weird. But I mean, the
I just
conversation
can't.
at least. My ex-husband said that my sister-in-law, my Devrani, got better tarbiyat than me because she didn't resist living with in-laws. So tarbiyat is like a better upbringing.
Your upbringing,
Yeah.
the way you've been raised.
So she's basically saying that her ex-husband said to her that her sister-in-law is a better person because she is agreeing to live with in-laws versus you. Dang, that's wrong.
And that's why he's an ex.
And that's why he's an ex. I don't know why.
kidding me?
Why would your while you were married? I'm saying, why would your husband even say things like that to you? And I mean, it's fine that he's an ex, but like you can say whatever you want to say. At the end of the day, you're an ex for a reason.
Also, like, agreeing to live with in-laws doesn't necessarily mean that you've had the greatest tarbiyat.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. Sometimes it's just circumstances, and you end up having to live with in-laws because of financial reasons, or maybe you both are in school, or whatever the case may be, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you even end up living in your own mom's house, right? In your own parents' house. Again, fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but that doesn't mean that I don't have a good upbringing because I choose to want my own space.
Exactly.
Let's walk back a little bit for a second. I'm getting
And-
triggered.
I also feel like we have heard so many stories and we've talked about so many stories where a lot of the times you are put in situations where you are pressured to move in with the in-laws. Okay. Now, you guys have watched our podcast. It's been what? A little over 80 episodes now? All right. Okay. So now you see there's positives for sure. Okay. There's 100% great in-laws, amazing in-laws, but there are also very unhealthy in-law relationships where in-laws are just doing horrible things to the daughter-in-law and they're treating her like garbage. Okay. A girl staying in a toxic situation with her in-laws like that is not healthy. There should not be an award given to her for that. At times you're forced to stay. At times it could be financial circumstances. But sometimes those situations are so unfortunate. And what does that do? It will break that girl down so much. And eventually you just come to a point where you're like, do I even want to be a part of this marriage? Right? There's so many negatives when you have negative in-laws.
Yep.
Right? So you can't always think that one person is good just because they decided, yes, I'm going to live with in-laws. If that mentality, and I think a lot of the times the mentality is because people are like, you shouldn't leave your parents alone. You should have let them fend for themselves. Guys, we are in 2025. Do you know how many ways there are to help your parents?
Yep.
A bazillion and one. And honestly, reality is that a lot of our parents are very self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you're neglecting your parents. You visit your parents. You can be there to support them in so many other ways. The only way to support your parents is not living with them as well. There's a lot of issues that arise with that. There's a lot of issues that arise when you're living with your own parents. It's hard.
But also, guys, there's way too many layers to this relationship.
Yes.
Okay. And another thing I want to point out, which is something we haven't really done a deep dive on, but we will eventually, is like sometimes bahus live with in-laws. But sometimes the problem is not the in-laws. The problem is the bahus.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you treating the in-laws? We have to always, we're not going to just sit here and like bash all the in-laws. It might be all like fun and games sometimes, but realistically, there are a lot of in-laws who are like, hey, she's actually causing harm in our relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can take a fiction example. Okay. Take the movie Devdas. Okay. Devdas has an older brother who lives with the in-laws. Okay.
Yeah.
And he has that chudel of a wife. Right? जो कोठे की चाबी उसने खरीद ली रख ली चोरी कर ली ये कर ली she's snitching on people, she's putting ideas in the sauce's head, she is like spinning evil in that churel is the word, okay? She's spinning evil, okay? She even turned the mom against Devdas in that movie, okay? It's not always about, oh, I had a good upbringing because I'm living with my in-laws. You could have a terrible upbringing and live with your in-laws and then cause evil in that home too.
That's so true.
I said what I said.
She said what she said, and I will second it.
My husband gave money to my brother-in-law to help him pay rent. He used that money to buy pets and a boat, and he never worked.
Oh my God. Never give him money. Ever. Learn your lesson. Don't do it again.
Man, as a brother though, your brother comes up to you and he's like, yo, I need money to pay rent. I can't pay rent. I don't have a job.
I read about this. Okay. Do not be an enabler. You help when you can. Okay. The first time, theek hai, I'll help you. You're my brother. I'll help you. The thing that you have to learn is that people do not change unless they want to change. If you have given him this money and he knows that you gave it to him and you said to him, go do something with your life, and he has chosen, it was his own choice, to buy pets and a boat.
Where
are you going? Get on that boat and drive somewhere else. Because honestly, like, are you serious? Or sail somewhere else. Grab that boat to another destination.
Why pets?
Yeah,
pay your rent, fam.
Pay your rent. And for me, it's just like, you know what's going to happen now? He's going to think my brother will always be there to support me. He's going to consistently keep going back to his brother and like be like, please help me. Oh my God, my life is so hard. I don't know how to pay rent. You are a grown ass man. You're not a child. You're a grown-ass man. Get on your feet. Do something with your life. This is ridiculous behavior. And I know it's very hard because we have so much love for our siblings.
Yeah.
But the best thing you can do for them is to not enable.
Yeah.
If you keep doing it, you're going to be broke. And he was already broke. So it's going to be two brokies. Okay.
He's just going to be out here buying all this.
Boats and pets.
What pets birds and fish. I don't know. Cats and dogs.
But he has to maintain the do something. Open a business.
Yo, man, do something, bro.
Get on that boat and take people's pets from one place to another. Do something. Use your balls.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
After my nikah, I spent some time with my husband. When I got back, my bobby asked me what happened to my lipstick. She was like, "What did you do, girl?" I know what I did, but bro, listen, I'm not going to tell you because don't invade my privacy. A few days later, when my husband came to meet me, I was getting ready. She came and she was like, "I'll see your lipstick after he leaves." You know what I did? I took the lipstick with me.
Oh my God. What was that as a joke? Is she trying to be funny?
I don't know.
Or
if
is
she's
that
trying to-
like, oh, this is what you're doing is wrong or something? You know, there's two ways it could go.
There is two ways. I don't really know because in the context of the story, I can't tell.
Either way that it goes, first of all, I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, it is what it is. You like it, you don't. This is what it is.
It's all legal now. It's all legal now.
Legal now. Yeah, but sometimes they say it as a joke and it can be funny banter and you just like laugh about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they make it awkward, then I don't know. You just make it awkward.
Then you just gotta make it. You just play into it more. Double down on all that.
Yeah. My sister-in-law faked she had cancer after being outcasted from the family. This was her way to get back in. Guys, don't do things like that, man. That's not a joke.
Yo, you guys, like, let's not play that C card.
No. That is Russian roulette that you do not want
Ooh.
to play. Okay?
That's scary. Why would you?
I also want to know why she got casted out.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of more of the story,
Where's
the part of the story
juicy
that I want to know. Kya kya tha?
Yeah. I just,
That you had to play like that card.
you know what,
try and
another
get back in the
you know
family?
a better way to get back into the family? It's probably like talking, having a conversation.
Open communication.
Yes.
Making an effort.
But you went like far down this direction and you're like, let me choose a terminal illness, you know?
Okay,
that's
but
even
also like, how did people find out that she was faking it? And what was your reaction to that? Is she still part of the family?
that's not even something that you can fake. Do you know
Like,
what
how
I'm
do you?
saying?
Oh
Like,
my god!
it's not
But
like
do
I
you
had the
know a lot.
flu.
Man, there are so many people who fake things just for like clout and attention. There was this one, oh my God, you probably know this. Oh, it's gonna come to. There was this nurse on TikTok who like was faking something about her parenting, and then people were like, "Oh, the kid that is in her videos, like she's not treating him properly," or there was like a big investigation about her because she would use all of these things for attention on social media, and
my
she gained like a big clout. I forgot it was like nurse something, and there was a video where it was literally her son in a grocery cart, and the husband comes and the husband is like handing the kid a snack, and the kid flinches because he thought that like daddy was gonna hit me or something. And everyone was obviously like, TikTok police was on that. They were like, why is he flinching? They started investigating her profile. She got her nurse's license taken away. Like, it was a big thing.
Oh my, wait, have you sorry guys, sidebar. Have you heard of Ruby Frankie?
No, who's that?
Guys, there's this everyone's talking about it on TikTok. There's this woman. She was a huge YouTube blogger, like a mommy vlogger. Okay. And she would share her kids and all these things that she would do with her kids. And what happened is she was big time. She had millions and millions of followers on YouTube.
Okay.
It turns out that first of all, she was abusing her children. Oh, no. So what happened is that one day first of all, she was married, and then her husband had separated from her because she started going down this like super uber religious path. Okay. And so she was just like, no, I need to be away from him. He's just not on the right path, or whatever she said. Then she started working with this business partner, and her and the business partner would do these sermons. Okay. One day in the dead heat of the summer, this little boy knocks on someone's door. Okay. They open the door, okay, or he rings the bell. They open the door and they see this little child. I think he was like 10 years old, and he was like emaciated. He had like bandages, duct tape around his wrists. He was malnourished. He was so scrawny. And so they put him to the side. They called the police. When the police came, he's like how he was being held captive in her business partner's home, and they didn't let him eat food. They didn't let him drink water. He had to stand out in the sun for hours at a time. Yup. And so the police come and take this little boy, and then they go to this lady's house, and they go through her house. They get the lady, have her sit down, arrest her. They go down and they're looking around, and he's like, my sister's still inside that house.
Oh my God.
Guys, they find the little girl in a closet with her head shaved off. The policeman is like, I thought it was a little boy.
Oh my.
Her head is shaved off. She's not talking to the police officers at all. And then they realized that she was also in like horrible condition, malnourished, like bones sticking out, hadn't eaten in God knows how long. They ordered a pizza for her, a small pizza. And at first she was so scared, but then they put the pizza in front of her. The girl ate like the whole pizza because she was so hungry. So they took the kids, obviously. And then the mother, Ruby Frankie, comes home. They arrested her because she had what she had said is like this business partner had told her that, oh, your kids are demons and like they're like possessed or pata nahi kya she was saying. And so she was just like, yeah, my kids are not behaving well. And so she gave them to the business partner, and then they literally would just like hold the kids hostage and make them do these crazy things. And then they both got arrested, and they're going to be in prison for like 30 plus
for
years.
life, probably.
Yeah. And she has like 6 kids. She has 6 kids. She's done mommy blogging for God knows how long.
Oh my
vlogging.
God.
And so now one of her older daughters is like doing, she's kind of talking about how it's so dangerous to have mommy vloggers and like family vloggers, because she doesn't think that there's anything healthy about sharing, putting your kids out there that don't even want to be on camera without their consent.
You gotta respect what your kids are saying. I don't know. I'm very much scared of putting kids out there on social media. That's a scary thing. And unless they decide to do it on their own, I don't know, man.
It was just, I had to tell you guys this because it's a documentary that's out right now and is going viral. You have to watch it.
All y'all subscribe on Patreon because we're gonna do a deep dive.
We're gonna do a deep dive, guys.
Deep dive.
My sister-in-law is quite insecure, and it took me 2 years into my relationship with my husband to realize it. She feels entitled to expensive gifts from her younger brother, sometimes the same ones he gifts from me for my birthday. I don't even request for these gifts. He's just a thoughtful gift giver. She's even made him feel obliged to contribute to her household expenses, such as childcare for her kids, despite her having a corporate job and a supportive husband. Her backhanded compliments and behavior have led me to distance myself. I want to discuss this diplomatically with my husband for my mental and financial well-being, but my worry is, how is it going to impact our marriage? Wow.
Okay, sister-in-law, what is this behavior?
Pooja.
What is this behavior?
What is this behavior?
You're like a fully grown woman and you're employed.
Let go of your brother.
Seriously.
Get a hobby.
Let him get a life, man. Let him enjoy his time with his wife.
Why are you being that like nasty sister-in-law who's like, oh, you got that for her, I need this from you too?
I don't like that behavior at all.
Oh my God, that is an ick for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't do that. If he gets her something, let him. And you should turn to your husband and be like, hey, you need to get me something.
Yeah, like why are you
Have
feeling
your own personality?
Yeah, I feel like she's feeling unfulfilled from her husband, and so she feels like her brother needs to be doing more for her.
But you can't have somebody else fill that role.
You really can't.
How many times have we talked about like, if you have a husband, only your husband can complete that role for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like with mother-in-laws, their son cannot fill their needs the way that they think their husband should be doing it. Attachment issues. Okay.
Major attachment issues.
The same way with sisters and brothers, like your brother cannot fulfill the needs that you think your husband is supposed to be giving you.
Yeah. And he shouldn't feel obliged to.
Yes.
I would say personally, have the conversation. I would say have the conversation and then put this podcast on as well. We will tell him, sir, listen, it's understandable if you love your sister. It's understandable. We love our siblings too, but it shouldn't come at the cost of the mental and emotional well-being of your wife, because that your present family right now is your wife and your kids. It's not your sister and her family. That's not your role. Now, if that's something that you want to do as like a courtesy, like, oh, I feel like you're struggling, so I'm going to do that for you. That's thoughtful. That's a different story. But again, think about yourself and your kids before you're, out here like, I need to do this for my sister because she's asking me to do this. I have to fulfill this for her. No, you can say no.
Especially if your sister is well off and she's doing well for herself and she's established and she has a career. She has a husband. She's like fully has a life of her own.
Yeah.
Then you also focus on the life of your own.
Yes.
Okay. And also, you're a great gift giver. That's amazing. Let's keep that between you and your wife.
Yeah. I mean, you can give gifts.
Yes.
Which is fine. But
you don't need to replicate it, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. That's the thing that's really triggering me, where it's like you are getting something for your wife because your relationship with your wife is different. Okay. It is a very
Special,
different relationship.
it's delicate.
Yeah, exactly. Now your wife is saying, babe, I really want you to get me this. Okay. Because I love this. Tell your sister to chill. If she really wants that, her husband can get her that. You don't need to be doing these things for her.
Also, your sister needs to have her own style, her own personality, her own way of buying things. She can do it herself.
Yeah, and you want to know what you should be doing? Talk to your sister. Go just sit down with her and be like, "Are you okay? Did dimag theek hai? Like, honestly, are you serious?" It's one thing if I'm like doing things out of my kindness, right? It's the other thing where you have this expectation that you need to do this for me. That's just not healthy.
We also grew up with parents where like our dads or moms gave everything to their siblings before they even looked inwards to their kids. Okay. Everything was like money is going to be given back. Whatever we've got. Anytime you're going, you're 10 statue case pack karke leke ja rahe ho just with gifts to give back to everybody back home. Okay. Why don't you channel that energy into your own home? Think about your own family, your own wife. Like, let's work well together with open communication and solve this problem before it gets worse.
Yeah. And if you really want to give your siblings something, because there's nothing wrong with giving them something, you really want to give them something, talk to your wife, because your finances are now a joint finance.
Yeah.
You're married. Okay. That's just the way it is, right? Just talk to your wife. And if by chance it's one of those situations where money is tight, do you really need to be doing these things for your sister because she needs you to do them? It's different if it's her birthday and you want to get her something nice, but not out of force because, if I don't get it for her, she asked me, then she's going to get mad at me. That is a little bit, I don't know. I think she's just being very like sabotagey and.
But also you need to, as a brother, set some boundaries with your sister.
Man, come on.
We're all adults here.
Yeah. I don't
थोड़ा सा हो गया ईद पे दे दिया फाइन ये नहीं हर वक्त हर वीकेंड पे दे रहे हो
your house is getting compromised, right? Like, what are you doing? And it wasn't healthy what you know the older generation would do with helping their siblings with every tiny thing, because at times you're putting yourself into debt helping those people. That's not healthy. I don't care what people say. Being a sacrificial lamb is not healthy. You do what you can if you can
in your means.
The rest they have to do as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
So guys, that is our episode for today. We are always sharing an extra episode every Monday on Patreon at 7 a.m. So make sure you guys roll on over there and check it out. Make sure you guys are following us on all of our social media channels right here. Do not forget to buy your merch from Eastern Roots Collective. And if you guys do buy something, make sure you guys tag us. We would love to see and let them know that we sent you. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Okay, mom.